So recently, there has been a lot of hype over monitor light bars. Some say this nifty home office accessory is a game changer for your remote home office desk setup in order to reduce computer eye strain. So when I looked up the BenQ monitor, which is the de facto standard, and I saw how ridiculously overpriced it was, I was completely turned off by this proposition. But a few days later, after recovering from the price shock, and I was eventually fed up with the poor lighting at my desk, I luckily stumbled upon the Quntis ScreenLinear light bar for a much more affordable price. So this begs the question, do you really need to spend over $120 for a fancy monitor light bar, or can you get away with the Quntis version? Well, I'm very happy to report that the Quntis monitor light bar has been absolutely amazing. It's probably the best deal in the market, and you don't have to sacrifice much in terms of its actual function. First of all, having a monitor light bar really solved this awful lighting in my home. Whoever designed this tiny apartment forgot to include light fixtures, so I have to rely on lamps. Unfortunately, the lighting around my desk was really focused on one side because I don't have room for a bunch of lamps nearby. This caused a very uneven lighting scenario which caused eye strain. The most important thing to understand about our eyes and how they work is that it works on a system of averages. Your pupils dilate to regulate how much light enters your eyes. The degree of dilation is triggered by the average amount of light entering your eyes, so that's for the entire scene, not just a single brightest point for within that scene. So this means that when you're looking at a monitor or a TV in a dark room, it's pretty bad because it's such a small screen in comparison to the whole entire field of view of your vision. You need bias lighting, which is just a fancy term for putting a light source behind your monitor to further even the spread of light. Now this monitor light bar helps even more by making the surrounding area like your keyboard and near your desk more evenly lit, which helps prevent eye fatigue. I'll talk about bias lighting and why it's so important a little bit later in this video. So the best part about this light bar is that you can customize the color temperature from warm to blue light. This means that you can synchronize this monitor light to your bias lighting, your monitor, and all the ambient lighting in your room. Generally at night, you want to strive for a warmer light. You don't want that blue light emission because that can make you feel like it's daytime and it tricks you to staying up all night. Now, installing this light bar was really easy. It just only took a couple of steps. Essentially, all you have to do is plop it onto your monitor and then connect it via USB. If your monitor has a USB port, it makes it super convenient since the light bar is actually plugged into the monitor so that when you turn it off or turn it on, your monitor also turns off or on respectively. The light bar also remembers your last setting, so every time you turn it on, it's going to recall what brightness and color temperature you left it at. Now the touch controls are actually really good. They're super intuitive and very easy to use. I had no issues. They're quite sensitive, so which is actually a good thing because you don't really want to tap too hard on the light bar. Overall, the build quality, I have to say that the light bar is very sturdy. I have no issues of it falling off the monitor or anything like that. And when you touch the controls, nothing moves around or anything like that. So it's very sturdy and it's well built. Now there's one functionality that I don't use very often, and it's to enable kind of like an ambient sensor. It like senses the brightness and temperature of the kind of the surrounding lights and adjust that accordingly. But I never use that. I didn't find it very helpful. Now the monitor light bar adds no extra glare to your monitor, which is extremely important because there's a light beam which is angled towards the keyboard, and this is one of the most defining characteristics of this light. It also saves a ton of space on your desk because you don't have to have something kind of occupying your precious desk space. And it's just a very convenient solution overall. You can still mount a webcam nearby. You can mount it on top or to the side. I have had no issues with that. And it's just a very nice, compact, well thought out design package. Now I want to quickly mention a quick word on how to achieve really good bias lighting for your monitor, because you kind of want both. You want the monitor light and also some lighting behind the back. My first recommendation is to get some kind of smart bulb behind your monitor. Why is smart bulb? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. So the way I mounted the smart bulb behind the monitor is using this really awesome, inexpensive gooseneck lamp that I got from Amazon. And this is perfect for the situation because it fits perfectly behind the monitor, doesn't take a lot of space, and it bends in any direction you want. I am using a LifeX light, which is a smart bulb, and this allows you to adjust the color temperature and brightness based on the current room conditions. So in the daytime, I set the Kelvin temperature to daylight or 5500 Kelvin, and in the evening or night, in order to reduce the number of blue light emissions, which keeps you up at night, I set it to a warmer tone, so 3000 Kelvin. And of course, my monitor inside the operating system like Mac or Windows, you can adjust the blue light temperature as well so that you can match it with the environment. Now, this has honestly helped reduce a lot of eye strain. Before that, there was just so much contrast on the background. And by having this backlight, you kind of just make the background less contrasty, and then just, it's just easier on your eyes and reduces eye strain. Okay, so let's conclude this. Overall, I'm very happy with this monitor light bar. I think for the reasonable price and the value you get out of it, it's a very good investment for your home office setup. I wouldn't pay the exorbitant fees for the BenQ version, which nearly costs 3 times as much. Yes, perhaps you'll get slightly better materials and maybe a fancier build quality, but honestly, this light bar does the job. This Quntis light bar has not made me feel any FOMO for the other more premium brands. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you have any questions about the monitor light bar, please let me know. I have to say, it was a game changer. I really do like that it adds a little bit more light to my situation so that it kind of evens out the whole uneven lighting situation in my room. If you're interested, I'll leave links in the description. Thanks for watching. Please do give a like. It really helps out the channel, and I will see you in the next one.